All right, it's IPL retention season. Time for another deep dive into the strategies, the shakeups, and the potential heartbreaks. Fans have got their favorite teams, their must-have players, and we've got the intel on how it's all going to play out.
Yeah, it's more than just building a team. You got to anticipate what your rivals are going to do,
Yeah,
understand that financial chess game of the auction, and keep your fan base happy through it all.
absolutely. This year feels particularly crazy. Can't wait to get into it, franchise by franchise. Let's start with Chennai Super Kings, CSK. The big news everyone's talking about, Dhoni confirmed he's playing in 2025.
Huge for CSK fans. But it really throws their long-term strategy for a loop. Was this season supposed to be rebuilding, setting the stage for a new era? Now they've got the legend back, at least for another season. But the question is, for how long after 2025?
Right. It makes their retention choices even more interesting. We can pretty much guarantee Dhoni, Jadeja, Gaikwad, and Pathirana are staying put. But are they going all in for just one more year with Dhoni or using that purse to secure a future star?
And that's where those rumors about Rishabh Pant come in. If Delhi Capitals lets him go, CSK would be a perfect fit. Pant's aggressive batting with Dhoni's calculated approach.
The thought of Dhoni mentoring Pant, shaping him into captaincy material is pretty exciting. But don't forget, CSK has also shown interest in some younger guys, like Arjun Tendulkar. He might get released by Mumbai Indians.
Picking up Tendulkar would be a gamble, sure. But think of the marketing, the legacy connection, the chance to mold him with Dhoni. High risk, high reward. CSK might be tempted.
Okay, let's move over to Delhi Capitals. Rishabh Pant hinting he might go to option. What's your take on that cryptic message?
Oh, that's a power move, for sure. Pont knows his value. He's a match winner, a charismatic leader, and the stats prove it. Probably just trying to make sure he's at the top of Delhi's retention list and gets the paycheck to go along with it.
But what if Delhi calls his bluff? He goes to the auction block, the whole league will be fighting over him.
Oh, yeah, imagine that bidding war. Teams like CSK, RCB, even a rebuilding Punjab Kings might jump in. But then it comes down to, does he fit the team? RCB's got a strong batting lineup already. Would they spend that much on Pant when their bowling needs help? Every team's got their own puzzle to solve.
And what about the fans? Delhi fans have already seen Shreyas Iyer leave. Losing Pant, too, would be brutal. How much do franchises consider fan loyalty with these business decisions?
It's a tough balance. Making fans unhappy can hurt in the long run. But sometimes, you gotta do what's right for the future of the franchise.
Right. On to Kolkata Knight Riders now. Things are getting interesting there. Andre Russell is locked in for retention, but there are rumors about Shreyas Iyer.
Yeah, I've heard there's a disagreement about the retention order. Iyer wants to be at the top, but Russell's already got that spot. Tricky situation.
So what happens if they can't agree? Would KKR really let their title-winning captain go?
Releasing Iyer would be risky. He brought leadership, he brought stability.
Yeah.
But if they're fighting about something this basic, it might be a sign of deeper problems.
Yeah, a captain needs to feel valued. If Iyer feels disrespected, that could affect him on the field. And then there's the issue of who replaces him. Sunil Narine seems like a safe bet for retention. Or Rinku Singh, a rising star.
Or they go outside the team during the auction. Big decision ahead for KKR's future.
And another thing, KKR might not use any right-to-match cards, just direct retentions.
Oh, wow. For those who don't know, an RTM lets a team match the highest bid for a player they let go. KKR skipping that shows real commitment to their core players, but it also means they've got fewer options in the auction.
Bold move. We'll see if it's brilliant or a big mistake.
They're really going all in on those retained players delivering.
Okay, last team before we move on. Royal Challengers, Bangalore. Can they finally win it all?
They've got the star power, that's for sure. Kohli, Maxwell, Siraj, Duplessis, Green, probably all staying. But talent isn't everything. We've seen that before.
So what are they missing? What do they need to change?
Well, they need to build a team, not just a group of superstars. Find the right balance, fix their weaknesses, and maybe most importantly, create a team culture that's all about winning.
Yeah, we've seen them fall apart under pressure. They need that belief that they can go all the way.
And that might mean making tough decisions. Letting go some popular players, bringing in guys who fit the team better, even if it's not what the fans want.
It's about getting that winning formula, right? Individual talent plus team strength.
Exactly. And that's what makes these retentions so interesting. It's the first step, laying the foundation for a championship team. It's wild how one retention choice can change things for everyone. Like CSK going after Rishabh Pant. If they get him, that really impacts how much money they have left.
For sure, they'd have to be really smart about filling out the rest of the team,
Yeah.
balancing star power with depth.
Exactly. They might have to say no to Arjun Tendulkar. He's cheaper, but doesn't make the same impact as Pant right away.
Tough call, right?
Yeah.
Go with the proven guy, or take a chance on potential.
And then you think about the other teams. CSK gets Pant. That means another team needs a wicketkeeper batsman. Teams that were focused on other positions might have to change their plans.
It's like one move changes everything.
Absolutely. And all the fans are watching too. They're analyzing every decision, every little rumor. It's crazy how much people care about these teams.
Speaking of fans, back to Delhi Capitals for a second. Losing Shreyas Iyer, Andy, Rishabh Pant would be rough for them.
Yeah, that would really test their loyalty. Can a franchise put business decisions ahead of the fans' feelings?
Tough question. I mean, the goal is to win, right? Sometimes that means you got to make unpopular choices.
But they got to be careful. If you ignore your fan base, it can come back to bite you.
Let's talk about KKR now. What if they let go of Shreyas Iyer? Who could be captain?
Well, if they're looking inside the team, Sunil Narine makes sense. He's a veteran. He gets the game. People respect him.
True, but he's not really known for his leadership, is he? Would you be interested to see how he handles that role?
And there's Rinku Singh, young, talented, shown some real potential. But is he ready to be captain so early in his career?
That would be a bold move, for sure. Plus, they could always look for a captain in the auction.
Oh, definitely. Someone like Mayank Agarwal, for example. He's led Punjab before. Proven player.
Oh, yeah, good point. He'd bring experience and consistency.
And his batting style fits well with KKR.
Now, about KKR not using any RTM cards, what do you think about that?
It's risky, but if it works out, it could be huge. They're basically betting on their retained players being strong and that they can find some good deals in the auction.
But it does limit their options, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If one of their released players goes for cheap, they can't get him back.
That's the gamble. They're trusting their scouting team to find the right guys and outsmart the other franchises.
Should be interesting to see how it goes.
All right, let's shift over to RCB. They're trying to finally win that trophy. But like we said, just having stars isn't enough.
So what do they need to do
Yeah.
to become a real threat?
Their bowling has always been a weakness. They need to find some reliable death bowlers, guys who can handle the pressure in the last few overs.
Yeah, someone to work with Harshal Patel and Mohammad Siraj.
Right. They need a bowler who can take wickets consistently and keep the runs down. That's where the auction is going to be crucial.
And they can't just focus on individual talent. It's about the whole team, making sure everyone fits together.
Yeah, building a cohesive unit, a team where everyone is working together.
Like a puzzle, where every piece has to fit just right.
And finding those missing pieces, that's what makes a champion.
Okay, we've talked about the big names, the possible shakeups, but what about those under-the-radar moves, the strategic stuff that could really make a difference?
It's all about finding those hidden gems, guys who maybe aren't superstars but have the right skills, the right mindset. I hear KKR might be looking at Phil Salt and Mitchell Stark in the auction.
Oh, wow. Those would be interesting additions. Salt, with his hitting at the top of the order, would fit KKR's style perfectly. And Stark, the left-arm pace bowler, that's some serious firepower.
And you can't forget about KKR's new mentor, Dwayne Bravo. His experience, his tactical knowledge, that could be huge in finding and using these types of players. He knows how to win in the IPL. Those insights could be crucial for KKR.
It's amazing how a new mentor or coach can change a team's whole approach. Speaking of changes, there's a weird rumor about CSK I wanted to ask you about. Apparently, they're thinking about adding another wicketkeeper, even with Dhoni back.
Huh. That's strange. Maybe they're thinking long-term, like preparing for life after Dhoni. They've got Ruturaj Gaikwad. He's shown some potential, but maybe they want someone more experienced to learn from Dhoni, someone who can take over when the time comes.
If you think about it, that's a smart move. Succession planning is important, especially for a team that's relied on one guy for so long.
Yeah, but it makes you wonder about the captaincy, too. Would they groom this new guy to be captain? Or is it someone like Jadeja, or even Gaikwad, who will eventually lead the team?
So many possibilities, so many interesting scenarios.
Yeah.
All right, back to RCB. They've got the talent, but can they finally win that IPL trophy?
They've got to fix their weaknesses strategically. Find a reliable death bowler like we talked about. Someone who can handle those pressure situations at the end.
Yeah, someone to work with Patel and Siraj.
Exactly.
And they got to find the right balance in the squad. Can't just load up on star batsmen. They need all-rounders, guys who can contribute with bat and ball.
Versatile players, stability in the middle order, guys who can bowl a few overs, great fielders. They might not be the big names, but Those are the guys who can win you close games.
It's the difference between having a team full of stars and a team that plays like stars.
Exactly. It's about creating a culture of winning. Everyone knowing their role. RCB needs that if they want to break their drought.
This IPL retention period has been crazy. So much speculation, surprises, strategy. It's all set up for an exciting auction.
And like we talked about, it's not just the big names or the flashy moves. It's the small stuff, the depth, the team chemistry. That's what decides who wins and who loses.
So, to everyone listening, pay attention to those under-the-radar moves. Those might be the ones that unlock a team's potential.
The IPL is a game of inches. It's a battle of strategy and teamwork. We can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. Until next time, keep that IPL passion going. We'll be back with more analysis as the drama unfolds.